What's going on, everyone? So, Scream is a slasher film, right? And when you have slashers, you have chase scenes. Scream has had some of the best and most iconic chase scenes, usually with Gale Weathers, right? Especially like Scream 2, but like other chase scenes that come to mind is like, I Know What You Did Last Summer with Sarah Michelle Gellar, Tara Reid in like Urban Legends. Right? There have been other franchises that have had really good sort of chase scenes and whatnot, right? Well, this upcoming Scream 7, you got to have a good chase scene. You got to have a scene that really just kind of captures the audiences, gets the adrenaline pumping, gets the heart racing, put a character that we love in a compromised position of like, oh no, are they about to die? Is this the moment? Is this that? Is this? And now we have information that there is going to be a chase scene, that there's going to be a lengthy chase scene. And it's supposed to involve Sidney Prescott. And to me, that's great. To me, I'm excited to see a lengthy chase scene. Give me a good quality chase scene. I like it more that it's Sidney Prescott. I would love a Gale Weathers chase scene because they're just so, it's like peanut butter and jelly. You gotta have a Gale chase scene in a Scream franchise, in a Scream film, right? So I'm all for that. If you want to do a Gale chase scene as well. But I would love a just good, Sidney Prescott chase scene. Obviously, the problem with a Sidney chase scene is she's not going to die. I just don't see them killing her. Where Gale, at this point, there is that question, especially after what they did with Dewey. I do think that when you have a Gale chase scene now, although you could argue Scream 6 kind of botched that. But I do think that there is this thought in the back of your mind of like, wait a minute, is Gale really about to die? And it kind of feels like at some point that's going to be the thing. Sidney, there's not the stakes, right? Just because in the end, somehow, some way, she's probably going to get away. She's probably going to make it out of there. She's probably going to survive. But I do think execution, delivery, and then, obviously Neve Campbell and her acting and all that stuff, I think it'd be fun. It'd be good to just get a really good chase scene, right? Like, particularly with Sidney, because the chase scenes of Sidney aren't super, elaborate outside of, you argue Scream, 96. But another thing is there was a report, or I shouldn't say report, rumor, that there is a car chase scene involving Sidney Prescott. That is probably it, is my guess, right? So my guess is that you have something where it's Sidney is being chased and attacked by Ghostface, however that starts. Sidney kind of makes her way, maybe gets to her car, thinks she escapes, boom, hightails out of there. She's going, and then all of a sudden, here comes Ghostface. And you just have like maybe some honking, maybe some lights flashing, right? Maybe some cool stuff. Maybe you get like a cop involved, and the cops, chasing Ghostface and them, and Ghostface like makes a pit maneuver or something and ends up taking out the cop or something. Like there's a lot of ways that you can go about it, right? I don't think you're gonna get some like Michael Bay scene. I don't think you get some like Michael Bay level car chase where you're gonna get all these explosions and freeways getting flipped over and all these cars are going crazy and wild. I don't think they're gonna go to that extent, but I would like to see just again a nice extended chase scene. I think it would be cool to like see Sidney being chased, being attacked. She ends up making it to her car. And then whether Ghostface is already there or she thinks she escaped and she thinks the coast is clear and that's good. And she just, boom, hightails it out of there. And then all of a sudden Ghostface pops up and, probably because there's more than one, right? And you get something like that. I think that'd be cool. I think that'd be something that would be awesome. But supposedly, again, just based on this rumor, it will be something iconic and one of the best chase scenes in the saga. It's pretty bold, right? Because, like, the one that comes to mind immediately is Gale Weathers in Scream 2 with like the panels, right? Like the little walls, and Ghostface is kind of like, walking on the side, and she's like, it just was very intense. Really did a great job of just building that tension. I will say though, as critical as I've been of Scream 5 and 6, they have done a good job, more so with Scream 5 than 6, of just building tension. A great example would be probably like Wes's death that comes to mind like immediately. Of this like Mindy, not attack, but when she goes down to the basement like Tatum, I thought they did a good job of like exerting expectations and kind of building that tension, right? Where it's like Wes, you knew it was coming, you could feel it was coming, you could kind of feel the gravity of it, and then it was like, oh, here it comes, and then fridge shuts and Ghostface isn't there, and you're like, okay, and then you get another moment like that, and it's like, oh, here it comes, Ghostface is gonna be behind the cover, and then boom, shuts, nothing's there, and you're like, okay, like, is it not coming, right? I just thought they did a good job of kind of building that scene up, and then boom, it happens, and he gets attacked, and he's like fighting off, and it's just, I think they did a really good job in that sense, and that's kind of my hope of what they do with a Sidney chase scene, and just chase scenes, period, in this upcoming Scream, right? Like, build the tension, build the things that you need to build the direction, right? And make sure you're doing it in a manner to which, us fans are locked in, we're engaged, we're excited, we're on the edge of our seat and getting the adrenaline pumping and getting our heart racing, and we're just like, oh, like, because again, the stakes aren't, more likely than not, aren't going to be there, right? If we're being honest, just because again, they're probably not going to take out Sidney Prescott, or at least I don't think so. I'd be a little surprised if they did that. But it's fine. Like, you can still build good quality tension. You could still have us kind of, a little nervous, right? Little concerned, right? Us put us again in just a good compromised position. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see out of this film. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, and I pass a question to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Is that agree? Like, do you think like, yes, I want to see a good chase scene. I want to see a good Sidney chase scene. Do you think we need a Gale Weathers chase scene too? Right? Because I do. I think like, you got to, come on. You're going to have Gale in the film. You got to have a good Gale chase scene, in my opinion. But however you feel, whatever your thoughts are, either way, I would love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel. What are you doing? Hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.